Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. I am your host for today's live stream. My name is Connor. I do want to welcome everybody to today's live show on a Sunday. Big shout out to everybody right now already with us in the live audience. We got Elvis, we got GT Nuts, and for some reason my YouTube live stream studio kind of reset when I was starting the stream. So a ton of comments from you guys that happened pre-show have now erased. So my apologies if I don't acknowledge those comments. They are not on my screen anymore. But regardless, I hope everybody had an amazing week. We were a little less active this week on Crypto Empire because I was actually under the weather most of the week. I was not feeling well at all, so I took some time to recover. I apologize for the lack of content, but we are now back on schedule and we are ready to absolutely crush this upcoming week. Now, we do have a lot to discuss today on this live stream, a lot to talk about, so be sure to stick with me until the very end. We will be going over all of the usual stuff, the Bitcoin charts, the Ethereum charts, altcoin charts, trade ideas, relevant news, project updates, all of the good stuff. So be sure to smash up that like button right now for the YouTube algorithm. And if you were brand new to Crypto Empire, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all the notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Now let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start things off like we usually do with our crypto market overview. So let's go ahead and take a look at the market right now, and Bitcoin trading at $27,914. I will be hopping into the chart and discussing Bitcoin and the price action in depth in just one moment. You definitely want to pay attention to that if you want to find out what's going to happen next for the Bitcoin price. We have Ethereum trading at $1,771, BNB at $328, and really everything is kind of flat. Litecoin has been on an absolute tear. Litecoin trading at $93.35. Not really a surprise to me because I understand the fundamentals of Litecoin, and it's really good to see. And also Monero has been holding very strong as well. And again, if you understand what's happening right now in the world, it's no surprise that the original proof of work cryptocurrencies, that's the fine word right there. It's the word you need to pay attention to. The currency, right? Not an ERC20 smart contract token, but an actual currency. These are the coins that are holding the strongest during this time of uncertainty in the market. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the top gainers and losers on the day. And taking a look at the gainers, we got a few coins doing well today, up 20% plus, but I haven't really heard of any of these coins. We got S-Pool DAO. This is a new Arbitrum coin, up 17%. So a bunch of small caps are doing well on the day. And if we take a look at the biggest losers, we have Mute. Mute is a ZK Sync protocol, down 20% on the day. Optimus, that's an Elon Musk robot meme coin, down 12% on the day. And really a bunch of coins that aren't really very relevant are the biggest gainers and losers on the day today. So that's interesting to see because all that tells me is that the market is flat. If all I see is a bunch of random altcoins that aren't necessarily very big projects as the gainers and losers on the day, that just means that the rest of the market is not doing anything. It is sideways. So big shout out to Elvis saying hi guys. GT Nuts saying God owns it all. Yeah, God is the creator of the universe and heaven and earth, so he does own it all. He's the creator of it. Anyway, Big Kima's value team says, yo, Connor, bless you, brother. Thank you, Big Kima's value team. I appreciate that. Jazzy saying, what's up, fam? Let's dominate. Good to see you, Jazzy. Abu saying, bro, how to get access to your Discord? I want to learn more from you and grow an empire with you. Well, Abu, that's a great question. You can find out all the information to join my Discord group on my website. The URL is going across the bottom of the screen right now. It's cryptoempirecode.io. Come to this site and hit join Discord at the top, and this is how you can get access to my Discord group. We got Dalton Moore saying, yo, what's up, Dalton? Good to see you. We got Michael saying, nice to have you back. Hope all is still going well with you, Connor. Thank you, Michael. All is still going well. I appreciate that. Same back at you. I hope all is going well with you. We also have Randy FPV saying, hola, mi amigos. What's going on, Randy? It is good to see you here. Now let's go ahead and move on to our Bitcoin TA. Take a look at Bitcoin. This is Crypto GPT. And put it in some kind of recovery right now. We want to see it get above this orange box. but we will be talking about altcoins later on in this video. For now, I want to discuss Bitcoin. And I'm first going to discuss Bitcoin here on the, let's do a weekly time frame to really go over exactly what is happening with the Bitcoin price. So we are trading at $28,000. And anybody who experienced the 2021 Bitcoin bull market understands how key of a level $28,000 is. Because after Bitcoin had its first initial spike to the all-time high at $65,000 over here, it pulled back and it had a major pullback to a very key support resistance flip level. That key support resistance flip level is none other than $28,000. All right, Bitcoin spent around 3 months from May to July bouncing off of 28K. And then, of course, it went ahead and made a new all-time high at $69,000. But the point I'm trying to get across here is that 28K was an iron wall. It was the iron support level that held no matter what during that 2021 bull market. And we can go back and watch all of my videos from this time. A lot of people were saying that everything was all over, that the market was going to go ahead and crash to new lows from this point. Excuse me one moment. And during this time, when Bitcoin was at 28K, a lot of people were saying everything was all over. It's all going to go to zero, or it's all going to go back to, $6,000 Bitcoin. My apologies, my phone is blowing up right now. Put this on Do Not Disturb so I can put all of my attention on this live stream right now. There we go. So at this time, all the bears were saying it's all over. I was still bullish the entire time, right? I did not lose my bullishness down here. Anyway, we pushed to a new all-time high at 69K. Here we are 2 years later. It's 2023. We are almost in April. And if we look over here, we peaked out in April and then we crashed over here in May. So it's getting to that point in the cycle, or in the year at least, where, that spring kind of tax season scare sell-off. But anyways, right now, we are still using this 28K level as resistance. And this is a major resistance level because it was such a strong support level previously. And also, if we look over here, what happened in June, we finally broke beneath 28K, and then we went to that low at 17,600 before making a new low after FTX collapsed over here in November. So quite a timeline of events it has been over the past 2 years since we first originally discovered really how strong 28K was on the Bitcoin price chart. And we are right back there, and 28K is being used as resistance. Now, I have made it very clear previously where I think that this market is going for this 2023, you can call it a bear market rally, whatever you want to call it. I've made it clear where I think that this price is going, and I think it's going to the 2022 yearly open price. In order for us to see that price, what we do is we go to a 1 month chart, and we want to put a line exactly where the 2022 candle went ahead and opened. And we can see right here, January 1st, 2022, the opening price, $46,195. So let's go put it right at that level, $46,195. So this is my final price target for this bear market rally. In my opinion, Bitcoin is still headed in the trajectory to hit this 2022 yearly open. And there's still quite a ways to go from the current price just beneath 28K, as we see here. We still have a gain of 66% on the table, which means that, in my opinion, that this is not over yet. All right, so this is the macro. This is the zoomed out picture. I want to make it very clear that I don't think that we're going to new lows just yet. In my opinion, the higher time frame trend is still up. I still see us getting up to this 2022 yearly open at 46K. Now let's drop it down to a smaller time frame, to the daily price chart, and talk about what we have going on right now. So right now, very clear. All right, it's very clear, as we see. Had a huge rally from March 10th, right? March 10th was when Silicon Valley Bank went ahead and collapsed, and the Silvergate Bank was forced to cease all of operations by the U.S. government. Just really an attack on crypto. But anyway, we bottomed out over here on March 10th. Had a really strong rally now up to 28K. I believe this was something like 40%. Yeah, 48, 50% from high to low. And now really we have just been chopping around and going sideways. The market has been very dull up here. It's been very choppy conditions. Conditions much like we experienced during the entire bear market of 2022. And also, let's not forget that a lot of people are just conditioned right now. This is a weekly price chart again. A lot of people are conditioned because of what happened in 2022 to only think that price can go down. All right, because the entire year of 2022, all we had was down, right? Whenever we would pump, it would quickly go ahead and reverse and it would just nuke. So most market participants right now, most people that are active speculating in the cryptocurrency markets have post-traumatic stress disorder from the bear market, right? They are conditioned to only expect selling, 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 new lows, new lows, new lows. But we have shifted, ladies and gentlemen. We are no longer in that 2022 bear market, right? We are in crypto spring. And in crypto spring, we don't have the same type of market conditions that we have in a bear market. So all the people that are conditioned for price to only go down, down, down are now calling that this is the top over here at 28K, that we're never going to reach this target up here at 46, and that we're going to go make new lows past 16K. Well, that is completely on the contrary to what I think, because I am still bullish here. I still hold the belief that Bitcoin will trade higher in the short to midterm. It's not going to be tomorrow per se. It could be tomorrow. We could see a crazy pump tomorrow. But I am 100% in the camp that the Bitcoin price is going to go and trade up higher here towards $30,000, $40,000, $46,000. All right, so if you're a bear right now, I think you're going to have a bad time personally. Now, price can pull back here. Right, I wouldn't totally rule that out. If we see all of the closest support levels are very, very clear to see on the Bitcoin price chart, right? 25K is the clear level. If we look at how price got to where it was or where it is right now, right, it had a lot of attempted breakouts past 25K and a lot of rejections. So this previous resistance is again going to be flipped to support. So if we do pull back, 25K is your level, but you can't count on that happening. Right? You can't count on that happening. The reason why you can't is because we're simply just consolidating underneath resistance. This is bullish consolidation in my opinion. We have held this trend line since it formed back here on the 18th of March, right, last weekend. We have held this trend line all week long, right? Really, price is forming an ascending triangle or an ascending pennant where we have the horizontal resistance. We draw a diagonal trend line up to that resistance level, and essentially price is going to get wedged into the apex here, and it's going to go in one of two ways, right? It's either going to go down or up. It won't go sideways anymore when it gets into this apex. So that's my thoughts on Bitcoin right now in the higher time frames as well as the smaller kind of daily local time frames. I think Bitcoin's going to be trading higher. Now, I was expecting the breakout last week. We did not get the breakout last week. All right, which leads me to believe now that it is possible now we could get the pullback, right? Because time was of the essence is the verbiage, is the language, vocabulary that I was using. It's a real estate term if anybody doesn't know, time of the essence. When you need to close on a property, you have your lawyer issue time of the essence to make sure that it closes on the specified date. So I was basically just using that vocabulary over here for the Bitcoin price, saying that time was of the essence for the breakout, and we didn't get it last week. So at this point, it's very clear that we are just wedging, we're consolidating underneath this big resistance level at 28K. And like I said, it's going one or two ways. I'm in the camp that we push up, and even if we do get the pullback to 25K, I'm still bullish, and I still think it's going to break out. It would just delay the time, right? And it would just give cheaper prices on altcoins too. So that's what I think about Bitcoin. Let me go ahead and catch up with the live chat right now and see what's going on, if we have any questions about this analysis. We got Woody with us today. What's going on, Woody? Joshua saying, in my opinion, I recommend VRA. I know VRA very well, Joshua. Sniff saying, yo, Connor, where do you see Bitcoin going first, 70K or 12K? So, Sniff, interesting question you have there. At this moment in time, until I'm proven otherwise, I'm treating 15,400 as the bear market bottom. Right? So I don't know if Bitcoin will go to 12K, and I am not counting on it personally. I won't be waiting for the price to go down to 12K. Could we come down and test, 15, 16K again? Yes. But anyway, to answer your question, Sniff, 70K first before 12K, right? Because I don't think it's going to go back to 12. But from this analysis that I just showed you here, remember what happened in March of 2020, guys, right? We made our low over here in 2019 in March. We had the 2019 bear market rally where Bitcoin went from around 3K up to 13, and then it made the higher low. And I still think that something similar is going to play out. And the way that I see it happening is, by the way, this blue shaded area, this was where Luna actually went ahead and collapsed at the start of May. So 38K is a major level because this was actually the real official acceleration of declining prices in the bear market. So 38K is a key level. And, once we get up into this territory from 38K up to 46K, that's when we need to start using a ton of caution and understanding that this, 2023 rally could soon be coming to an end. And we want to be looking out for signs of distribution in the charts. But anyways, what I was saying is that after we get up here to 38 to 46K, I would not be surprised to see a heavy pullback and form another one of these double bottoms. Because if we just look at the history of Bitcoin from its inception, the bear markets always seem to produce a double bottom. Over here, the most recent bear market, besides the one that we're currently in 2018, 2019, right? We bottomed out over here in 2018, 2019. We rallied, then we made the double bottom. So if you want to buy cheaper prices, I wouldn't count on 12K down here, but I could count on something like this, maybe a pullback to 2025 after we go up and tag 46. That's my view or my analysis. Or the best word to use for this is speculation, because nobody knows what's going to happen here. We can all just kind of use everything we have at our disposal to create a plan. It's all speculation at the end of the day. Nobody has the crystal ball to tell you exactly what's going to happen. But that's my speculation on how this 2023 rally is going to play out. And the thing is right now is that Bitcoin has the best advertising possible for it at the current moment in time, because the US banking system is in absolute turmoil. This is a tweet from 2 days ago on Friday, March 24th, from JJ Cycles, his Twitter account. But anyways, he is basically just showing how Bancorp, the 7th largest bank in the United States, with $674 billion in assets, lost the trend line dating back to 2008. All right. So all these banking stocks are essentially breaking 15-year trend lines. Another one, Citibank, $1.7 trillion in assets, also going ahead and it's flirting with that trend line from 2008 again. So this is basically the best advertising possible for an asset like Bitcoin, for an asset like Litecoin, Ethereum, but not so much, right? Because Ethereum's a smart contract platform. Bitcoin, Litecoin are cryptocurrencies, proof of work as well. Monero too, right? So we just have the perfect environment for Bitcoin to outperform traditional finance, which is why, again, I am bullish that Bitcoin will be trading higher towards 46K. If you see my thumbnail today, it says long Bitcoin, short the banks, and it's for obvious reasons. The banking system is simply failing, all right? The fractional reserve banking scam can only go on for so long, and we now live in the age of social media where the secrets cannot be hidden anymore from the general public. It's a different world, people. And yeah, the scam is basically up. They are implementing strategies to keep it going for a little while longer. We know the ultimate plan for them is to transition into some kind of CBDC, but luckily we have Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, and those are really the main three cryptocurrencies. Because also, don't forget, we are entering into the age of artificial intelligence too. And let me go ahead 1 second. We are in the age of artificial intelligence. And we have tools like ChatGPT 4, and we can ask it anything, right? This is essentially making humanity less human. And it's already changing everything. But one thing that can never, ever be taken away from you, unless of course brute force is used in the real world, but one thing that can never be taken away from you is your Bitcoin in cold storage. No matter how advanced AI gets, no matter what, robots will never be able to take your Bitcoin or your Litecoin or your Monero in your cold storage. So that is why these assets are so important. This is why I got into crypto in the first place. And that is why I am not really too scared of the future. I'm actually excited for it, right? Because if you understand the fundamentals of what's happening with the fiat banking system failing, that they want to transition into something, we are in the age of artificial intelligence, and AI is going to basically just kind of replace humans on a mass scale. All these moving parts, but proof of work cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Litecoin and Monero just allow you to essentially be okay financially in the future, is how I look at it. So if you don't have any of that stuff yet, not financial advice, but I've made it very clear for years now what I think and what I hold. So yeah, but that's kind of an overall thing on the market, an overall glance at everything happening with current events. Let me go ahead and catch up with the live chat right now. Frank the Tank saying Bitcoin not seeing 12K. There you go, Frank. Me and you were on the same page there. Joshua saying hopefully CZ can fix Luna Classic soon since Do Kwon blew it. Yeah, Luna Classic's a meme coin nowadays, Joshua. It's just going to exist as a meme forever, basically. Rigoberto says, Connor, if the Feds raise another 25 basis points or 50 basis points, could we still see a soft landing? It seems that won't happen. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Fed pivot, the soft landing, interest rates. Rigoberto, great question. And also, it's very good to see you today in the live chat, Rigo. Anyway, let's talk about that. So the pivot, the Fed pivot. When the Fed pivots, Bitcoin's going to blast off and moon, right? That's what you hear most people say, right? The pivot's the most bullish thing ever. Once the Fed pivots, we're going to go to 100K. If you look at previous times that the Fed has pivoted in the past, it always marks the start of a major crash. When the Fed pivoted in 2008 and they said they were going to start printing money, that's when we saw the major market crash. So that this also goes right into the analysis that I was just discussing. Still a little bit congested, so apologize if I have to sneeze or keep on sniffling throughout the live stream. But anyways, the Fed pivot. The Fed pivot's going to make Bitcoin crash, in my opinion, which again is why I am bullish right now. That's why I have Bitcoin going to 38 to 46K right now, because when the Fed pivots, let's just go look at the SPX over here. When the Fed pivots, right, the Fed pivoted in 08. Man, we got to go back a long time over here. Anyways, in 2008, guess where the Fed pivoted, right? Right around here. And then what happened? It's like a vacuum getting sucked down to the bottom, right? So when the Fed pivots, that causes a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And just looking at what's happened previously when the Fed has pivoted, that caused a sell-off to then go ahead and mark a bottom, right? You can just look at the divergence here in the chart. Falling wedge that marked the bottom in 09 over here. But anyways, the Fed pivot typically marks the point where we get the acceleration move to form the bottom. All right, so anyways, back to the original question, if the Fed raises rates again, is that going to eliminate the possibility of a soft landing, etc.? No, not necessarily. The Fed will eventually pivot, in my opinion. And when they do, that's going to most likely align with a time. I don't know how it's going to play out exactly with Bitcoin's timing, but I'm bullish right now because the Fed has not pivoted yet. Because when they pivot, I'd imagine Bitcoin would have already went up here, and maybe it's kind of hanging out over here or like over here. And when the Fed pivots, we'll probably get a move like this down, and that's probably going to mark the bottom. Again, all speculation here. But this is what I have in my mind, at least, what I see playing out with all of these events with the Federal Reserve and interest rates, and when the Fed's going to start printing money again. I would imagine that when they decide to do all that, when they decide to pivot, that Bitcoin would have already went ahead and traded higher up here and is maybe on the decline, and then the pivot announcement is going to cause the acceleration move that will mark the bottom, and then we start the new bull market from there. But in the short term, we do have more upside. I am 100% bullish on Bitcoin trading higher here, above 30K at the minimum. But yeah, I see it at least testing 38K, and the highest target I have for this rally this year is $46,000. Anyway, hope that answers your question, Rigoberto. Jasper saying, Bitcoin is seeing weekly bearish divergence on multiple indicators is the only thing that scares me. So drop this to a daily here. So on the daily, you guys see I just drew this trend line. By the way, what exchange are you seeing that weekly bearish divergence on, Jasper? But anyways, as you guys see, I just put this trend line on the chart here, and it's hard for me to be bearish when we have something like this, right? Previous resistance trend line now flipped to support over here, and definitely, like I discussed, it could break and we could get a pullback. Even if we go to 24, 25K, I'm still bullish, right? And I still think that would just be a pullback to buy, to make you get scared and make you want to sell and make you want to flip short before the real move and breakout happens above 28K. But yeah, it's hard for me to be bearish on a chart that looks like this right now. We just got a $4.99 super chat from our guy Sniff. Thank you, Sniff. Sniff saying, Corey Feldman's music vid, Comeback King, playing in Bitcoin's head as it looks to get back to the all-time high. If you're doing TA, check out Som. I got in at 14 cents. Sniff, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the always entertaining and comical comments you put in the super chats. I appreciate that. And we will go check out Som right now. So this looks like a new coin. I don't know what it is. Cosmos coin. Oh yeah, I know what this is. I got the airdrop, I think, actually. Let's go look at this chart. I mean, it's so new, you barely have any data to go off of. So there's not much to chart here in terms of TA. 16.5 cents is going to be your closest resistance level. Yeah, could be a double bottom here. Right, you want to see it flip 16.5 back into support and then start to push from there. All of this is all supply. It's got to eat through that, but there's more buyers than sellers. It won't have an issue at all eating through this supply. But yeah, like I said, this is a brand new chart. What I do like here is on the 4-hour. This is something everybody should pay attention right now because this is a nice important lesson. When we get candles like this on the 4-hour, if you see this on the daily, it's even better. But these candles where nothing is happening here. It is literally, there's no price fluctuation. It's not going up or down. It's just completely flat. Usually this is the telltale sign that price is going to break out explosively. This is massive contraction, these two candles. Periods of massive contraction tend to lead to periods of massive expansion. What is expansion? Something like this is expansion, right? A big move up or a big move down. Price can expand in either direction, up or down. But we do have a double bottom here. Okay, and yeah, these two candles, let's go look at this on a 1 hour chart. Yeah, this is going to blow. This is going to blow soon. Price is making higher highs and higher lows. We are in an uptrend here on the 1 hour time frame. Just look at this. This is ready to explode, it looks like. Usually when I see candles like this, it tells me that a big move is coming. I'm not going to trade it, but sniff, this is for you and your own analysis. It looks good to me. We'll see what happens, though. Anyway, let me go catch up with the chat over here. You're welcome. Saying, I'm having trouble putting cash into the market. I have Bank of America, and they won't allow my transfers anymore to crypto-affiliated companies. Anybody else having that issue? Interesting. Bank of America blocking. I mean, it doesn't surprise me with everything that's happening. I would try Chase. Maybe open up an account in Chase and try there. But yeah, interesting that's happening to you. Big Kima's Value Team says, thank you for your airdrop guides. Brother, they are spot on. No problem. Let's go talk about airdrops actually in Arbitrum. So I hope everybody was able to make a lot of money from the Arbitrum airdrop. But even if you just made some, it's still a win, right? So I hope you at least made some, but hopefully you made a lot with this airdrop. It was a nice one. I'll tell you that much. It was nice to get paid a lot of money. And now, so the token price right now is $1.28. And I really have not sold much. I sold a small amount, but I still think price, I sold a little bit over here when price was around 140 to 150. Now, it's very clear, right? Our red zone is resistance. Price needs to get above that. Top of the zone is $1.36.5. Now, I do think that the price can push up and get from $1.50 to $2. And at that point, I will go ahead and sell most of it. Maybe I'm being greedy right now, but this was my plan from the start, to wait for, $1.50 to $2 to sell. I don't know. I could sell right now and just realize all the profit. But, I mean, at this point, I'm just going to wait for higher personally. But you do what you want, right? If you want to realize that profit, you go ahead and sell. I think most people haven't sold yet personally. I think most people are like myself, waiting, which could be a problem. Could be a problem in the future, but we'll see. But yeah, Arbitrum, really not a lot to go off of here. We had a nice breakout from this descending wedge that was forming. Price broke out, trying to get above resistance here at 136. Not a lot to go off of here, but if Bitcoin goes ahead and breaks out this week, which is possible, we're gonna see Arbitrum probably go ahead and pump up here to 150 to $2. But if we get that pullback on Bitcoin, this thing's probably gonna take a dive, and it may come lower and test these lows again at 116, or maybe come down to 109 to $1. But we just got another super chat from Mr. Sellers Homes with a $9.99 super chat, a $10 super chat, saying, legend. Thank you, Mr. Sellers Homes. I really appreciate your support. Greatly appreciate the super chat as well. But this is Arbitrum. If you guys are wondering what I think about it, I just gave you my thoughts. I think it's going to get up and break out past 150. Eventually it will. But if we do get a BTC pullback, don't be surprised if it trades towards $1. Jasper says, Connor, what do you think of trading Bitcoin pairs during this time? But this would mean buying lots of Bitcoin in order to make more Bitcoin. I think it's a great thing to do. I think that there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I encourage it. Just depends what you want to grow, your USDT or Bitcoin, whatever you want to focus on. But yeah, it's a great idea to trade Bitcoin pairs. That's how everything started. Ben saying Bitcoin is going to 10,700. Bitcoin won't decouple anytime soon, sir. Dump incoming. Okay, that's your opinion, Ben. Like I said, we're all speculating here, and I don't think that's going to happen. But you're more than welcome to think that. Joshua saying, if banks go bankrupt, how can we sell our crypto, Connor? Good question. I mean, at that point, so the reason that crypto was created in the first place was so that we don't have to use fiat money anymore, right? The point of crypto is to get away from having to go back into fiat. So if banks go under, and the internet still works, of course, we need the internet to work to send crypto, but yeah, then we just use crypto as money. Simple. Easy question to answer there, Joshua. We got Moby Sage with us today. Anyways, let's go ahead and so a lot of talk here today. I'm just going to kind of continue on with the stream and what I want to talk about. Let's see. Connor, are you into NFTs? Your picks on coins is always solid, so I was wondering. I am into NFTs. Not as much as altcoins, but yeah, I pay attention. MMC John said, hey, you said once the market bottoms when the VIX is at 80. Yes, I have said that in the past. I have indeed said that. When the VIX spikes, it marks the bottoms usually. And yeah, over here in March of 2020, the VIX spiked up to 85. And as you see my yellow line up here at 48 to 50, right? Really, if we spike up to 50, John, that's most likely going to mark a bottom, right? And as you see, the VIX, the highest it's gotten recently was just last week. It spiked up to 30, almost 31. But we have not seen the VIX spike above 48 from the March of 2020 crash. Okay, so yeah, I definitely still stand by. When the VIX spikes, that's going to go ahead and also provide more confluence to mark a bottom. So, and remember, that could happen. It happened over here in the COVID crash, but Bitcoin made a higher low. Okay, so it could be a higher low in the future to mark a bottom, John. Stefan Lind, offline XRP transactions in the future. Listen, Stefan, whatever you're smoking, my man, tell your dealer to hook it up for the rest of us, all right? Not sure what you're on over there, dude. Just kind of busting your chops a little bit, but you get the point. Moby Sage saying, my Bank of America to Coinbase still works. Bought some 88 on Friday. Interesting. Moby saying, Connor, how much ARB did you get dropped? Well, I disclosed that I got that $2,000 in my tutorial wallet. My other wallets is simply my own business and none of your business. One thing I live by is I don't like to count what's in other people's pockets. I'm focused on myself. Moby says, is that your dad, Mr. Sellers Holmes? No, it's not. It's actually my brother, Moby. Still family, though. MMC John asked me to look at the NASDAQ. look at the NQ. So these are tech stocks, and not a great picture right now. Not a great picture at all for tech stocks. We are making higher highs, but price is showing relative weakness as price continues to push up. So this is, we want to see how this plays out. Of course, if tech stocks are bullish, it's going to be a good thing for crypto and for Bitcoin. Yeah, tech stocks have been performing well as banking stocks have been absolutely just getting destroyed. Yeah, but this is bearish divergence over here at a pretty big level too, at a pretty big resistance level. So yeah, we have to watch and see if this is going to turn around soon. It could definitely trade higher and maybe try to tag this high at 13,734. Get up into this supply area. But yeah, this is now showing bearish divergence on the daily time frame. So definitely an ear of caution. It was also a sweep over here, a daily swing failure pattern. So this is a little bit concerning on the NQ. Yeah. Joshua says, I'm glad you're not greedy, dude, like Crypto Lifer. You won't answer anyone without a super chat. That's him. Cannot speak on how anybody conducts themselves or their business. So yeah, take it up with him. Michael saying, Connor, can you please take a quick look at Decenter, Check Dot? Both have 1000x potential. Most certainly can, Michael. Another Cosmos ecosystem coin. We'll talk about Elon Musk meme coins in 1 second after I take a look at these coins that Michael is interested in looking at. So this is a nice chart. Decenter here versus Ethereum. The reason that this is a nice chart is because you don't really have a lot of downside. Right? From these highs, price is down 98.5%. Of course, price could drop another 98%, but it's unlikely because if you look, this is all accumulation over here after a 98.5% drop. And for the past year, for the past 11 months, price has just been going sideways in accumulation. So yeah, this chart is a pretty good looking chart because you barely have any downside risk. It's at the bottom. It's exactly where it launched. So Decenter, browse to earn, creating a bridge between internet users and applications developed with distributed ledger technology, an open source platform which enables you to manage and pay with your personal data value. And it's a browser. Very interesting. I'm going to have to check this one out. Thank you, Michael, for pointing it out. Basically a browser that stores all of your data that you can go ahead and use. Interesting project. Definitely has potential. Just off of the idea. I don't know anything about the actual execution of what's happening over here. But that's an interesting one. And then your other one was Check Dot. Let's go look at Check Dot. This is a coin on the Binance Smart Chain. well as Uni. All these low caps, very important to understand with these low caps, right? This has a market cap of $1.5 million. Whenever there's a coin with a lower micro market cap, you guys need to understand that you need to take a small concentrated bet, in my opinion. These are not coins to put, 10%, 15, 20% plus of your portfolio into. 1 to 2% max is what I would say to put into these kind of small 100x, 1000x potential coins, right? You don't want to allocate too much of your portfolio to such a high risk thing because it can simply just not work out, and your capital is definitely at risk whenever you invest into anything like this. Goes without saying, really, but I know we have some newer people in the audience that need to hear that. Anyways, CheckDot is showing strength, which is good. And I also like how it's holding where price went ahead and opened originally on PancakeSwap. Right, the opening price up here at 20 cents is now being used as support for current price. So I do like that after a long bottoming out period on the weekly time frame. Right, this is like a multi-year bottom almost, longer than 1 year. Test pump, pull back, real pump. Now we're holding this level as support. So yeah, this one looks, from a chart perspective, it has already pumped, but it does remind me of something like, let's just open up a new tab so we can keep this chart open. This chart reminds me of something like WagMe Games. If we look at WagMe Games, kind of a similar looking chart on the weekly. We have our opening price over here. Price falls, bottoms out over the course of a year. It starts to pump, and then what gets used as support and resistance? Well, the opening weekly candle, really. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for on Dex Tools. These things are so annoying. There we go, price range. Right, as you see, get rid of that. Now, as you see here, this first weekly candle, right, on the pump got used as resistance. Price recently broke through it. So it does look something similar to CDT, where we can go ahead and isolate this first candle here. We'll just do the body. And as we see, when we isolate these first 3 weekly candles, this is what's being used as support. So we want to see that hold, and then you want to see it push off from there. But yeah, these are micro caps, very high risk. Moby asking, am I still bullish on Atom? Yeah. Atom, they're just building. And Atom right now, just like everything else, it's really not doing anything. This is a pretty big retracement from the top over here. Price currently down, it's only 26% actually. Down 26% from these local highs up here from February, and right in that golden pocket, the 61.8 retracement. Yeah, Atom, it's just really altcoins. Let's not forget, this is Bitcoin's show, right? This is 100% Bitcoin's show right now. Here we are looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart now, and Bitcoin dominance having some trouble breaking above this high at 47.7%. But yeah, Bitcoin is still proving to everybody that it is the king, and we're most likely going to see this dominance level continue to rise and get back above to at least 50, but really 52%. And then from there, I think we get the epic mother of all altcoin seasons. This is down the line. Right, this is not going to happen anytime soon. But the next real bull market, after Bitcoin goes ahead and creates this new all-time high, and then the capital starts to flow into alts, in my opinion, we're going to see these lows for Bitcoin dominance at 37, 38%. These are going to get broken through, and we'll see Bitcoin dominance go lower than it ever has before. And it's going to be the craziest altcoin season that we have ever experienced. That's what I see happening. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the live stream so far, go ahead and smash up that like button. Greatly appreciate your support. Rigoberto says, get Pan Dolce and some Litecoin. I don't know what Pan Dolce is, Rigoberto. Google it real quick. Was it like ice cream? Sweet bread. Interesting. Get some Pan Dolce and Litecoin. Moby saying, if you had to pick one, would it be algo or quant? I mean, it's a tough question, Moby, but I'll give it a quant. Oh yeah, Ian said, congrats on 30K subscribers. Thank you, Ian. I totally actually forgot I hit that milestone. We have hit 30,000 subscribers, guys. Major milestone. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to the channel and shown support. I really appreciate it. Now, we got to go back to the giveaways, right? If you guys have been with me for a while, you remember, every big milestone of subscribers I hit, I would give away $500. And I haven't really hit a milestone in a long time, like a year. So I hit 25K in the start of 2022, and then, yeah, the growth has been pretty slow. But this is the first big milestone we have hit in like over 1 year. So we will be doing a giveaway for 30,000 subscribers. I will be announcing all details about that on my Twitter account. So if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at ccell_8. This is my official Twitter account. And I'll be announcing my 30K subscriber giveaway there. But Ian, thank you for reminding me about that. It was a big accomplishment for sure to reach 30K, but we're only 30% of the way there really towards 100K. So yeah, a lot of work to be done. It doesn't stop. It does not stop. Ever. So yeah, go tell your friends, your family, everybody you know, tell them to subscribe to Crypto Empire. I appreciate the support, everybody. Bob Hawk saying, great show. What do you think of Seller and EOS? So Seller I like. Layer 2. Seller fundamentally, yes. This is Seller. Seller I like. I know Seller's bullish. I've known about it for a number of years now. I've never personally invested into it, but I know it's a very fundamentally sound project. Of course, the layer 2 kind of blockchain trilemma solving blockchain space is very overcrowded. Right, a lot of projects are doing it. But Seller is definitely... It's been around for such a long time. And if we look at this chart, unfortunately, this only goes back to August. I want more data. Yeah, this has some more data for us to work off of here. So if we look at Seller now, this chart's very strong actually. So this was 2021 November, peak of the market. It's at 16 cents. and it went ahead and hit a low beneath of 1 penny. Hit 0.009 over here at the start of the year, January 1st. And a little bit scary again, a little bit scary, seeing how strong the daily bearish divergence is. Actually, it already played out, actually, if we look at this. Because if we really dig into this, it already played out. And the RSI already reset. So this is like a fresh move basically with it got the reset. So yeah, this is pretty strong here. And it is at the top. All right, this is a play here, ladies and gentlemen. This is something to pay attention to, especially if you're a trader. So we have this super long base. We have a base of 320 days, right? Almost 1 full year of a bottom. And the top of this bottoming range is up here at 2.8 cents, where I have put this yellow dotted line. Now, if you look, price yesterday tried to break out above the range. But we've seen range plays be super effective during this rally from the start of the year. The two biggest range plays that I can show you for an example, let's make the chart into 3 here so that I can show you this. Right, we'll leave seller up here on the screen to remember how this looks, but the other two are going to be injective, INJ. And then another one is going to be DYDX. So let's go to injective on the weekly. And injective and DYDX on the weekly too. Look at seller on the weekly too. So you guys should see clearly on my screen here, from left to right, you should all see seller, INJ, and DYDX. All right. Now, what I want to show you is the range high breakouts here. Okay. So on seller, it has not happened yet, but it's about to. It's trying to break out from the bear market range and then push to new highs. Something like INJ, right? It had its low over here at $1.12, and the range high of the bear market was up here at $2.80. Now INJ, once it broke out of the range, it's one of the strongest altcoins right now, right? But it got up as high as $5 actually when it broke the range at 280. So essentially, we're looking for some type of move like this for seller, some type of move like INJ. Now DYDX not as strong as INJ, but notice, right? It had the bear market range with its range high over here at $2.75. It did manage to break out above that 275 range high, but it has not successfully put in a breakaway candle to really establish that next leg up. But anyways, this is basically, these charts all look very similar to one another. They are not exact replicas. They are not the exact same price action, of course, but it's the same type of trade on all these. You're trying to play the range high breakout of the bear market. It's pretty similar to Bitcoin breaking out, above 20K or above 25K. Right? It's just a major resistance level that we're looking to break here. And yeah, seller is looking pretty good to break that. And now AOS, I don't know about AOS. I know AOS is like a decentralized YouTube version. I know it launched on the paid launch pad, which ended up being just a total gimmick. Kind of like a huge scam by Kyle Chassis. So AOS, I don't know. I wouldn't buy it personally, but who knows? I could be wrong. Guys, give me like a minute. I need to clear my nose. Too congested to keep speaking like this. And we're back. Thanks everybody for your patience and for sticking with me. Let's see. Frank the Tank saying, what would you recommend for someone looking to learn how to swing trade? What would you recommend? Well, I happen to have put together a very comprehensive trading course that will teach you everything that I know about trading and technical analysis and risk management. And it is available on my website under the trading course tab. You can find all information about it there. That is what I would recommend if you want to learn how to swing trade. And we got Harp78 saying, hey Connor, can we have an update on Dero? I can give you a price action update for sure. Let's go and take a look at Dero. Strong move. Love it. Very strong move. Look at this weekly candle. This is just what we were talking about on Seller, INJ and DYDX. Same type of scenario. Right, you have your bear market range high at $5.72, and this weekly candle put in that breakout. All right, this is a massive weekly breakout coming out of this bear market bottom. As you can see, I drew the ascending triangle with the trend line, the horizontal resistance level. It just broke out explosively here. Picture perfect ascending triangle breakout. And I mean, realistically, after price is broken out like this, don't be surprised if you see some crazy move. Right over here in 2021, you had a look at this pullback. Whenever this thing pumps, it can pull back. This is an 85% pullback before going ahead and pumping 800%. Wild. And then it goes ahead and pulls back another 57%. And then from there it goes 200%, another huge pullback, right? This one 34% before pumping again another 150%. So, you know, as price gets higher, obviously the returns you get a lot smaller, but over here at $7, still a ton of upside. But regardless, you guys just had, you know, a full year, basically 8 months to get this thing below $5. But yeah, this is a strong weekly breakout, a strong weekly ascending triangle breakout. But again, don't be phased. The pullback is when to buy. Right after pumps, we have seen this thing pull back 80% to 30%. So be prepared, basically, to if you want to add Dero, if you want to buy Dero, be prepared and get ready for the pullback. I would not buy the pump though. Yeah, if you don't know what Dero is, it's a privacy layer 1 smart contract blockchain. A very promising project. Woody's saying, not sure if you want to skip it or didn't see. Can you check out STRD Stride? I didn't see it before. Let's see Stride though. So Woody, it's not on. It's a Cosmos coin. I know that it's only on Osmosis, so we can't actually look at a chart. Yeah, it's a Cosmos coin. You can't look on a chart. And yeah, it's so new. Can't really do any analysis on this. We just got a $2.99 super chat from Michelle Park saying, my hero. Michelle Park, thank you for the $2.99 super chat. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Let's see. Michael saying, Connor, why don't you contest for the post as the chairman for the SEC? An honest person like you with highly intellectual digital financial background need to replace corrupt Gary. What do you think, Michael? I have no interest. I have no interest at all in taking up a government position. Goes against my values. No interest in that. Rego saying, Connor, get some Benadryl, a shot of tequila with lemon and honey. You're good, bro. Rigoberto, you're a legend, man. You are a legend. Austin Craig, hey bro, has the snapshot been taken for Starknet? Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea if any snapshots were taken. And I think somebody asked me before what the best airdrop to farm is. It's ZK Sync. ZK Sync just went ahead and they launched their mainnet, right? So you guys should go put the ZK Sync era mainnet in your MetaMask wallet, and it's insane how fast this is. I'm going to show you right now. Right, these transactions, it is expensive, the gas, because the network's a little bit crowded. But right, I'm going to pay $1.31 for this transaction. But look how fast it is. That's it. It's done. Right? Like, it's the quickest blockchain I've ever used. And it's basically Ethereum. So this is going to be the meta. This is going to be basically what I think everybody's going to be using, ZK Sync. It's gonna blow Arbitrum out of the water, in my opinion. But yeah, I would not ignore ZK Sync. I would bridge over your funds, and I would start using the decentralized applications. And right now, you can only really use Sync, Swap, and Mute. Those are really the only two applications you can use on the ZK Sync era mainnet. But this is like the fastest blockchain that I've ever used in my life. Captain Adam saying, how about ARB? We already took a look at Arbitrum in the beginning of the live stream. Now, I'm going to go ahead and look at one more coin, and then I do unfortunately have to start to wrap it up here. I've been going for around an hour and 10 minutes. We will look at Phantom. We'll look at Phantom and XRP. They're both interesting. So, taking a look at Phantom over here. It's really a bunch of chop. Bunch of chop happening. Looks like a bear flag to me. Bouncing off of this 42-cent level. Lost 38.2. Really an ugly chart. Would like to see it get back above this level. Essentially, it lost this support here at 44.68 cents. Right? It lost this. It's trading below it. It needs to pop back above it and flip it back into support quickly. Otherwise, it's going to reject off of it and go where the golden pocket was. And the golden pocket was in here at 38 cents. So if it cannot quickly get back above our support, our yellow dotted line at 45 cents, it's going down to 38.39. And XRP. So XRP's been strong. A lot of speculation that they're going to win the lawsuit case soon versus the SEC. And yeah, I don't think that this pump is over yet. Obviously, it's coming up to a big trend line test here. Ideally, when the pump isn't over, these trend lines work like magic, right? When price hits the trend line, they bounce. So what we want to see to ensure that the pump isn't over is we want to see it hit the trend line, and you want to see it bounce quickly from that trend line. Otherwise, it's going to kind of consolidate, go through it sideways, maybe back test it on the downside, and then just drop. So for XRP, you want to see it test this trend line and just quickly, strong bounce off of it, go make a higher high. At that point, if it gets up here to 51, right, I would start to look for signs of a top. Right, start to look for signs of some bearish divergence on the higher time frames, like the 1 hour, the 4 hour, etc. And that's where I would look to kind of take profit. But yeah, 55 cents, and then it can even trade up. I wouldn't be surprised if it got up here to like 62 to 64 cents. on some type of blow off top scenario here in the short term. But for right now, this is in an uptrend. It's showing bullish market structure, higher highs and higher lows, and it's just been consolidating after the initial pump up that happened over here on March 21st. And I don't think it's done yet, but again, you want to see it have a good reaction from this trend line, a strong reaction, because if it's weak, it's going to break through, and breaking this trend line means that it's bad news for the bulls out there. Moby saying, will you do a tutorial video on ZK Sync and bridging your MetaMask and interacting with the protocol? I will, Moby, because the mainnet just went live, but a week ago I made this video and I show you how to use the testnet, and it's basically the same exact thing. But I'll make another video, but you know, there's no excuse not to do it right now, right? You have all the information available to you to get started using the ZK Sync mainnet. Just go off of this video I made a week ago and just make sure you're on the mainnet and not the testnet, and you'll be good. RH saying, what's the number of golden pocket? It's the 61.8% retracement to 65% I have. And let me see. Frank the Tank DJ says, thanks for the content. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the live stream right now. I really appreciate your support on the channel. Thank you guys for sticking with me. We've been around for 2 years now, right? If you go to my channel, you can see I joined on March 8th. All right, we have hit our 2-year anniversary a few weeks ago, and we just hit 30K subs. So I greatly appreciate all you guys for supporting me from the beginning. I know a lot of you guys that always watch my live streams have literally been here from the first day or the first week. And I really appreciate you guys sticking with me for this long. And for everybody that has joined the crypto empire along the way, it is an absolute pleasure to have you in the community. Really appreciate everybody's support. Again, if you want to go ahead and learn more about the Crypto Empire Premium Discord group or the Crypto Empire Elite Trading course, go to my website, cryptoempirecode.io, and you can find all of the information on my website using the top menu bar as your guide. But with that being said, it is time to wrap up this live stream. We're back in the saddle. We're back in the captain's seat. I'm feeling nice and recovered and rejuvenated. And we have a upcoming week where we're back on the full schedule. So I'll see all you guys throughout this upcoming week. Again, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I appreciate you all taking some time out of your Sunday to be here with me today. And I will see you all